Well done, mate. Congratulations. From Adelaide 500 last year to a big win here today. Racking up some pretty big wins for a young guy.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. Not too much else can really describe the feeling there at the end. Pretty special to win today, and under the circumstances at the end was pretty tough. So the guy next to me, Jamie, did a fantastic job to get us in the position where we're at front and had clean air. But yeah, that safety car got rid of all that, and it was game on at the end. So all these guys up here have done a fantastic job, not only today but over the weekend. So I think everyone's done awesome this weekend, but so stoked to stand on the top step.
How hard was it staying cool when that safety car came out, given the lead that you'd built and it was all gone?
Yeah, I mean, I suppose it probably made me a little bit more excited at the end, having to win it like that. But yeah, I came out of Dandenong Road and I looked up in the mirror because I think it was Cam was right behind me, and I'm like, where is the orange car? I'm like, I hope he's just been overtaken. And I looked up on the big screen and saw that he was stuck. So I knew that it was going to be pretty tough there, and I tried to use the lapper to get a bit of a jump on the restart. But yeah, Brodie's been really fast all weekend, so I knew it was going to be tough, but to hang on, yeah, makes it pretty special.
Well done, buddy. Jamie, does winning taste and feel as good as always?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I've always said, doesn't matter if you cross the line or you're a co-driver, it's still the same feeling, that's for sure.
Just your thoughts on Brock and how cool he was at the end of that race.
Yeah, I don't think you should underestimate the job he did in the last stint there. That was as tough as it gets, with all three cars sort of breathing down. So it was a four-way battle there at the end, and to keep your nerve in such a huge event like the Sandown 500 is very, very difficult. And he did a fantastic job. And we obviously both can't thank the team enough. We had fast cars here this weekend, and that's the biggest thing you can do, is make sure you've got a fast car. It makes the strategy a little bit easier. And yeah, big congratulations to AAA. They clocked up 250 race wins this weekend, just a few weeks after our 20th anniversary.
How about the guys next to you? It's another time that we've seen Shane climb 16 spots here at Sandown.
Yeah, no, both cars were phenomenally fast. Richie did a great job in the first stint, and SVG did what SVG does, and just comes back through the field and is crazy strong at the end of the stint. So those guys were in damage limitation mode, and from where they started to get on the podium is huge.
Hey, it's been a minute since you've had a Bathurst win. Is that burning desire right there even greater now that you know you're in with a shot?
It has been a while, for sure. Yeah, it's been a while between drinks, over 10 years now. So that doesn't sit well with me. So we'll do what we can in 3 weeks' time.
Bring it on. Thank you.
Thanks.
Hey, Brodie, I asked you yesterday what the emotion was after finishing second in the shootout. What's the emotion after finishing second in the race?
A lot worse today than what it was yesterday, that's for sure. But, yeah, it was a really cool race. Obviously, having double stack there wasn't quite ideal, but D-Russ did an awesome job coming back from 11th to drive it up to 4th. And in his stint in the Coca-Cola Camaro had plenty of pace there, and just didn't really sort of play my cards right. The last stint there before the safety car come out, Brock was 10 seconds ahead, so probably should have just saved my tyres a bit.
Did you have anything for him there? It looked like it was close for a couple laps.
Yeah, I think unfortunately had James Golding start in front of me and had to make up that 8 tenths or sort of 7 tenths there, and you just used too much of the tyre trying to get to the back of him, and then the tyre pressures blow out after you sort of follow someone for 2 to 3 laps. So Brock raced really smart and placed the car in the right spots, and yeah, it was a really good race, and yeah, he did well to pull it off.
Big old bag of points.
Yeah, it's always good to come home on the podium. Would have been cool to win this race, but there's a bigger one coming up, so we'll just put our heads down. And cars had so much speed the last few rounds, and D-Russ did an awesome job in his stints. So yeah, we'll just put our heads down and go into Bathurst and just try minimise mistakes and go from there.
I'll get it over to Shane, and I'll leave the two co-drivers for a second. We'll let the journos open that up in a second. But hey, mate, really killer drive. Did you enjoy that one today?
Yeah, we probably could have had the car set up a little bit better, but yeah, it was pretty good. Richie did a good job. We probably missed the safety car call a bit. We could have made it in, so we didn't have to double stack, and that hurt us a bit. So we got all the good work Richie did. He had to do it again and got stuck. But yeah, once I got in, I came out in a pretty good spot, and every time Andrew dropped the right amount of fuel in, and I came out in clear air and was able to do my thing. But yeah, didn't quite have enough at the end.
You've long been a fan of Richie, and you've had plenty of great things to say about him in press conferences before. Now that you've had a chance to share a podium with him, do you still have plenty more glowing things to say about him?
Yeah, exactly. It's been awesome, and I think he's going to be really, really strong towards Full Grove next year. And yeah, we have differing opinions on what we need for the car, but I guess that's just driving styles. And but yeah, we're figuring it out and getting better. And you could see his pace in the race, how patient he was, and then just started passing people easily. So it would have been good that first stint if the safety car didn't come out, because I think he was managing the tyres pretty well.
Well done, mate. Congratulations, Richie and Dave. Let's get to the journos.
One for you, Shane. On the topic of managing tyres, you're a master when it comes to managing tyres. What was it like for you over this 500k race managing the tyre deck?
Yeah, it's difficult, but everyone's the same. But yeah, as Brody said, you follow someone for 2 laps and that's it. And we had so much understeer today. As soon as I followed someone, like every stint I had a couple of lappers, and I could see the other guys had the same thing. And even when you get within a second or 1.3, 1.2 of a lapper, you just start blowing your tyres out. So it's very difficult, but same for everyone, I guess.
Shane, we obviously know what you're doing next year now. We've cleared all that stuff out the way. We've got Bathurst up next, the biggest race of the year, obviously. You're still well and truly in the title hunt. Is there any additional incentive to try and win those, knowing that you don't really know what your supercar's future holds? These maybe the last cracks you get at these 2 big milestone things. Does that make any difference to you?
Not really. I just try and do my best every race, but yeah, like it's been a little difficult trying to get the feeling I want from the car, and yeah, but still in the race was okay.
And Richie, you race this weekend, you race at Bathurst, then there's only 2 other rounds that you're not at before you're back as a full-timer. Does it sort of feel like the comebacks now actually started, if that makes sense?
Yeah, it's obviously, good to be racing at these, this weekend and then at Bathurst, rather than, being at home watching it on TV, which I'm pretty well used to over the last few years. So, yeah, usually when you come here as a co-driver, you're very much sort of just sitting back in a very different role. But, yeah, coming here this weekend with a kind of very different mentality, knowing I'm going to be here next year and driving at the end. So, yeah, it's just been incredible to be a part of this team. Yeah, just couldn't ask for a much better garage to be in, and yeah, I've just loved every minute of it, and only get 2 goes at it with this team, so yeah, it would be a shame to waste it by not getting on the podium. So yeah, just really pleased we could come through today. It wasn't an easy race, but fortunately we got there in the end.
Hey, Dave. Oh, sorry, if you want to go for it, I'll throw one Dave's way here, just about enjoying your time as a co-driver now, and since joining Erebus, the opportunity that they have afforded you has turned into some pretty big trophies pretty quickly.
Yeah, it sure has. Yeah, when Barry rang me 3 years ago, I'd already had some discussions with another team, and he told me who I was driving with, and pretty much in that same phone call, we did. I said, "Oh, don't worry about that, mate. I'll sort that out." Yeah, and I knew I was teaming up with this bloke. And yeah, so it's been great to obviously be his co-driver and also be a part of the Erebus team in their, what has been a sort of building phase, and then into Gen 3, and obviously very dominant in obviously in quali and being up here today. Obviously, we know that there was a result that sort of went by the wayside a little bit today. But yeah, to be P2, it's still pretty good, and for Bush to be able to, continue to get those championship points is really good.
Brady, just to pick up from that, you finished what, 3rd, 4th, 2nd in your 3 races with D. Russ so far. What is it about him that
I want my
helps deliver
Coke
those
can back,
results.
Deros. I want my Coke can back,
You
mate.
need to find, mate.
Yeah, I think we've had a really good record together, and Deros has just got the experience to, to always put the right foot forward, and that's something that's really important in these races. They're so long, and there's a lot of risk that you can take during the races, and they don't always play out. And he's just seems to be always be on the right end of that, and showed some really good speed today as well. And it's just a really good dynamic between us, and it's obviously the continuity between the last few years as well is I think important coming to this new generation of car.
And for you, and then I'll get Brock and Richie because you'll be full-time next year. We had no CPSs in this race. Should we take them out of all the refuelling races next year?
I think so. I think there's no reason to have them in there, to be honest.
Yeah, no idea. Sorry.
Richie?
Yeah, I don't think there should be CPS in refueling races.
Brock, did you think you were in a bit of trouble on that restart when you saw Brodie coming at you? Was that all you had, or were you just taking a sort of measured approach?
Yeah, I mean, I knew it was going to be tough to hang on, but, when we came out, obviously I had a few better tyres than Brodie, but we had a bit of a gap, so I could see that he was gaining before the safety car, but I was just trying to save my tyre because I knew that I'd be able to hang on without a safety car, but I knew if it did fall, I need something to hang on at the end, so... on the restart, he was quick for a few laps and nearly got me, to be honest. But yeah, as he said, sort of got stuck behind and I was able to get a little bit of a gap and hang on towards there to the end. But I mean, he's had a super fast car all weekend. He's been driving awesome. So I knew it wasn't going to be easy, but it was pretty good to hang on.
Cool. Brodie, I know you said you would have saved tyres a bit more before the safety car, but after the restart, looking back, is there anything you'd have done differently?
No, not really. Brock played the race really smart and placed his car in all the right areas, and would have had to take a pretty big risk to do something to overtake him, and didn't really want to have any wheel-to-wheel contact. Kind of like my steering rack that I have at the moment. So we just sort of wanted to see if I could do it a bit, sort of a different way, without, having to, rub him up too bad. And he just honestly raced really smart and was going to put me in a situation that I wasn't really going to come out of.
And Jamie, just with your team boss hat on, I mean, is this the preview for Bathurst? Do you see this as that race being a shootout between Triple Eight and Erebus?
No, I certainly hope so, but I don't reckon the rest of the field will have something to say about that for sure. So, no, of course we'll go up there and put our best foot forward. So will some of the guys beside, but everyone will be putting their best foot forward at Bathurst. Great to see all cars reliable this weekend. We smashing the curbs at 500 Ks and they all hung in there and performed very, very well. So it gives us a lot of confidence going into a 1,000K race that the product's going to be a good thing.
That's probably a fair question for the guys behind the wheel at the end. How were the cars feeling towards the end? It's the longest race they've done so far.
Yeah, they were fine. I mean, a little, we didn't do a brake change in there, so you feel a little bit in the brakes towards the end there, but car-wise, they were fine.
Probably a obvious statement, this one, Brodie, but does today's race really highlight the importance of being ahead of your teammate as we go into Bathurst and another big chance for big, long refuelling pit stops?
Yeah, definitely. It'd be interesting to see what the, how the tyres hang on at Bathurst, and the stops really weren't that long today because we had to change, obviously, tyres before, fuel become a factor. So, it'll be way worse at Bathurst if we actually do a full stint. So, it is important to be in front of your teammate, and we'll just have to see how the race plays out.
Will we see more teams trying to split strategies at Bathurst to avoid that?
I think it's kind of really hard to split them, to be honest. So you can split them by a few laps, but you sort of still end up sort of double stacking. So,
all right. Brock, how are we going to celebrate this one?
Be honest.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't had a drink all year, so I don't know. I don't know if I should change that tonight or not. But No, we got a ride day tomorrow, but I'll let J-Dub play up tonight. But no, we'll have a bit of fun. I mean, you got to enjoy these ones. This doesn't come around every so often, and obviously not sure how long this race is going to be around for. So we'll celebrate with the team. My folks are down here as well, so I just look forward to having a bit of fun with the team tonight, and yeah, maybe apologies to the guys that have got rides at 10 a.m, but hopefully I'll turn up.
Which is me. Thanks. Yeah.
It was always one of Roland's golden pillars at Triple Eight, party hard. Jamie.
It was, yeah. We miss RDs. He was always the instigator of bad.
That's such a lie.
Yeah.
You're the instigator of bad.
We need him back. But yeah, I'll be here at 10 a.m. We've got 250 rides, which is a great part of the job, to be able to give 250 people a supercar experience around one of the best tracks before it gets dug up. But no, we'll do something tonight. We'll have some fun.
Thanks, guys. Catch you, Bathurst.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you.